This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last classes, we discussed about HTML and CSS. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and the main use is to develop static web pages. Whenever we want to display content on browser, we use HTML and it is static. And CSS is for styling our web page. Today, let us move to the next one, JavaScript. Now, so by using HTML, we can go with what? Only static, means no interaction from the user end. So when user clicks on submit button, some code should get executed. That is not possible using HTML. So to make our web page dynamic, we make use of JavaScript. So you can say JavaScript is used to develop dynamic web pages. You can say client side. This word is important. Client side. So client side means the application will be running on the browser end only. So client side dynamic web pages, right? So we can make it interactive web pages. And whatever the application we are developing, it will be running on the client machine only. So who is client here? The browser. Now, including JavaScript code in HTML. How to include JavaScript code in HTML is we go with HTML tag. Then in this we go with the head section. In between head section, we can use script tag to include JavaScript code. By using script tag, we can write our JavaScript code here. Or we can even go with body section. In body section also, we can make use of script tag to write the JavaScript code. Right? So suggested to go with the head section. We generally write the script tag in head section as head section is loaded prior to body section. In JavaScript, we are having one important statement, that is JavaScript is object environment scripting programming language. The meaning of object environment means it comes with the predefined objects. It comes with what? Predefined objects. And one of the predefined object is document. One of the predefined object is what? Document, which goes with the method write. Now, the use of this document.write method is, it is used to display messages or the value of variables or both onto the browser screen. Onto what? Browser screen. Like example, you can say document.write, can say the message. Welcome to JavaScript. Right? And in JavaScript, every statement should end with semicolon, and JavaScript is case sensitive scripting language. Means there is a difference between uppercase and lowercase letters. Now, let us understand this with the example code js1.html. Now, where to write our HTML code? We are using Visual Studio Code. Open Visual Studio Code. Now, whenever we want to create new HTML file, click on File, New Text File. Save this file. We have created a folder. JavaScript. In this, let us save our files. Anywhere you can save js1.html. Start writing HTML. Head section. In between this, we use script tag. Now use the predefined object document with the method write. And here we'll go with the message, welcome to JavaScript. And with semicolon. Now open this in browser, right click and say open in browser. Now see, we are getting the message, welcome to JavaScript. Now let us go with one more, like document.write. Document.write will say paragraph, hello world. Hello world. So whenever we want to use HTML tags, the HTML tags can go between double quotes of document.write. Now I want to display this welcome to JavaScript in H3 format. So we can even include HTML tags in our JavaScript code, and that should go within double quotes of document.write. Now see, once we reload, we get our content. Now we want to do some styling also. How to go with style? Using style tag. By using style tag, we can provide the styles. Like for H3, we'll say text align, center, color, red. Then for paragraph tag, we'll say text align center, color green. Then font size some 20 pixel. Now see the result. We are applying styles for your HTML tags here for H3 and P element. Now if you reload, see, we get the styles for our content. Clear this first example? Any questions? No.
Yeah, Raj, I have one question, sorry.
Yeah, yes, please.
So, say you had multiple text things in the H3 format, how would you do the style then if you wanted them to be in a different color, say?
We have discussed yesterday, right? Where either you can go with the ID selector or class selector.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so for example, if I go here with the dot center, and we'll go with one more dot right. Okay, here I'll make the alignment as right here, and I'll go with the color as blue, and we'll say this one as 30 pixel. Now let us take one more paragraph element. Let us take one more paragraph element. For this, we'll be referring to the class center. For this, we'll be referring to the class right. We'll be referring to the class right. And here we'll see something like good morning, something. Okay. Now if you reload our page, see this good morning is coming in right aligned, blue color, right? 30 pixel. Got it? So
Yep,
either you
thank
can
you.
make use of class selector, or we can even go with ID also. Okay.
Yep. All right, thanks.
Right. Now we're having one more predefined object, console. Console.log. It contains a method log. Same purpose. It is used to display messages or the value of variables or both onto the browser screen. Sorry, onto the console tab. Now, like example, you can say console.log function executed successfully. So the use of console is like, I want to make some checkpoints. So we want to make some checkpoints whether that code has been executed properly or not. So for that reason only we go with this console, like whether the function has been invoked successfully, whether it has entered into the function, whether it has come out of function. Such type of log messages we want to display. Such type of things we can do by using console. Let us understand with the program js2.html. Click on File, New Text File. Save it. js2.html. HTML head section. In between this, we go with the script tag. Here you can use console.log. We'll say function executed successfully. Some log message. Now, if you open in browser, nothing will get displayed onto the browser because this console is not for the end users. This is for the developer end only. So I want to make some checkpoints for the developer end. Then where to see our content is, we at right click and say inspect. Right click and say inspect. Here you can see console. Here you can see console. If you click on this console tab, here you can see our content. See the content, whatever you want to display, that you can find on console tab here. Now the next one, data types. JavaScript is dynamic typed scripting programming language. So the meaning of dynamic typed is we won't provide the data type of your variable. So when you come to Java, when you say Java, C, C++, .NET, all these are strongly typed programming languages. Strongly typed programming languages. So like example, here we declare the variable like int n, we'll say string, name, double, salary. We provide the data type of the variable. We are mentioning the data type of the variable. So whereas JavaScript is dynamically typed. Dynamically typed means here we take the variable like let n equal to 10. Now based on the value of the variable, it is going to decide the data type. So here n is number data type. N is what data type? Number data type. Now if you say n equal to something like a value within double quotes, now n will become what? N is string data type. N is what? String data type. So once we allocate the value, once we give the value to this variable, it has now become number. When I change the value of it, it has become string. That is the meaning of dynamic type. Even Python is also like this one. So Python is also dynamic typed. Now if you are writing let name equal to some name within double quotes or single quotes, then name is what data type? Name is string data type. So based on the value of the variable, it is going to decide the data type. If you are saying let flag equal to true, then flag is Boolean data type. Flag is what? Boolean data type. So based on the value of the variable, it is going to decide the data type. That is the meaning called as dynamically typed programming language. Clear all of you? Now, let us understand with the example code js3.html. Save it. js3.html. So here we take a variable, let n equal to 10, let name equal to some name within double quotes. Now see, when you keep mouse pointer on this n, what is the data type? See, number. Name is what type? See, string. So based on the value of the variable, it is going to decide the data type. Okay. Now let us print these values. How to print? Document.write n equal to the value of n. So similar to Java, how to display the message and value of variable. So whatever we keep it in double quotes, that will get printed, and the joining symbol between message and variable is similar to Java, the concatenation symbol plus here. Then document.write will break the line br name equal to the value of name. Now, br is for what? To break the line, to go with the new line. Now, so when we open in browser, we get see the value n equal to 10 and name is Raj here. Now, coming to the next concept here, dialog boxes. Dialog boxes. Let us understand this with a diagram. So we are having three types of dialog boxes. One is alert. Alert. So when you go with alert, it just displays a dialog box. Just displays a dialog box with a simple information to the user. With a simple information to the user. Okay. And with only one button, okay. It will have only one button, okay. Then, coming to the next one, confirm. So when you go with confirm, it goes with a dialog box. It goes with a dialog box, like example with a message. Are you sure? Are you sure? And it goes with the two buttons, OK and cancel. So when you click on OK, it is going to return true. And when you click on cancel, it returns false. We're having one more, prompt. Prompt. Prompt is used to accept the user input. It is for what purpose? To accept the user input. So here, like example, it goes with a dialog box. Here we can go with the message. Enter your name. It goes with the text field, where user can fill the value in this text field, and two buttons, OK and cancel. So when user can fill the value in the text field. Now let us understand this with the example code. Dialog.html. In between script tag, we use alert, some message. Now see, when we open in browser, so we can see the alert message, good morning, with only one button, OK. Let me keep it in comment, similar to Java, / single line comment. The next one, confirm. Confirm will go with the message like, are you sure? So when you go with confirm, see when you reload the page, so we get the message, are you sure, with two buttons, OK and cancel. When you click on OK, it returns true. When you click on cancel, it returns false. So how to check what you clicked is, we can take a variable like let flag equal to confirm. Now we can check here. If flag equal to true, if flag equal to true, what it indicates, we clicked on OK button. So you can go with the message document.write, clicked on OK. Else can say document.write, clicked on cancel. So this if condition, while loop, for loop, all this similar to Java here. Now, so once we reload, when you click on OK, it says clicked on OK. If you reload again, if you click on cancel, it says clicked on cancel. Keep the code in comments, multi-line comment. The next one, let name equal to prompt, enter our name. So whatever the value we enter in text field, that will come and store into name variable. Display this document dot write name equal to the value of name. That's it. Now, see, once we reload, it will ask for the name what we enter. When you click on OK, that will get displayed here. Clear these dialog boxes. Any questions? No. Let us go with one more example. Write a program to accept length and breadth value from user using prompt and find the area of the rectangle. Okay, so let us go with the program rectangle.html. So file, new text file, save it, rectangle.html. Script will say here, let length equal to prompt, enter length value. Okay. Let breadth equal to prompt, enter breadth value. Now we'll say let area equal to, what's the formula? Length into breadth. Now display the value of area. Document.write area of rectangle equal to the value of area. Right? Now see, when we open in browser, it is asking, see, length value I'm saying 10. Then click OK. Breadth value 5. So what should be the area? 50. But see the result what we are getting? Okay, 50 is correct, right? Okay, it is doing additionally. So length is string. Okay. So it is when we are using multiplication, it is doing the multiplication operation only. When we have applied this start symbol. So if you go with the example code, like let us go with this one. Instead of this, write a program. Okay, this is okay, this is fine. So we are getting the correct result. Let us go with one more example. I want to take one more concept here. Write a program to accept two numbers using prompt and find the sum of these two numbers. Okay, so let us go with sum.html. This code is simple. Okay, no issues. But let us take one more example so that I can take one more concept. Sum.html. Now, HTML head section script. Here we'll take let n1 equal to prompt, enter number 1. Then let n2 equal to prompt, enter number 2. Now we'll say let sum equal to n1 plus n2. Let sum equal to n1 plus n2. And if you write here document.write sum equal to the value of sum. Now see here, when we open in browser, when we are going first number as 10, then second number as 20. See the result what we are getting? 1020 we are getting. 1020. Because when we use this plus operator and it is considering this n1 as string, n2 as string, then it is concatenating the strings. That's the reason we are getting here 1020. It is joining the strings. Now, how to convert this string type into number now? I want to convert into number type. Then we use a function parseInt. We use what function here? ParseInt. Now see, n1 is what type? See, number type. Similar way, here also you can say parseInt. Then n2 also will become number type. Now sum also will become now number type here. Sum is also number type. Now see the result when we reload. If I go with the 10, then 20. Now the sum will be what? 30 here. So what is the use of parseInt? To convert string into number type. That is the use of this function parseInt. Okay. Clear up to here? Any questions? Now, the next one, creating functions. So similar to method concept of Java, a function is a subprogram which is used to do a specific task, right? So in JavaScript, how to create a function is we use like this: function, function, and function name. Function, function name, and it can take the arguments. Can go with the arguments. In this, we can write the code here. So we use a keyword function and the name of the function. It may go with arguments, and we write the code inside the function. Now let us understand using an example program, function example.html. Function example.html. Now, add section, script tag. Here let us define a function, my function. Now here we will display a alert message. I am a function. The message. Now let us invoke this function. How to invoke this function? We'll simply say my function. We'll simply say what here? My function. Now see, when we open in browser, we can see the alert message. Now we want to invoke this function only when I do some event. We want to invoke this function only when I do some event. So how to go with event? In the body section, let us create a button, input type equal to button, value click me, value click me, on click. Now we want to invoke this function. On click, we want to invoke the function. Okay, so this is called as event. This is called as what? Event. Now when you click on this button, click me, then only the function will get invoked. Now see, when we reload our page, see we get a button click me. So when you click on this button only, the function will get invoked. So this concept only we call what? Events here. This only we call events. Clear the concept of events, all of you? Right? So let us go with one more example. Factorial.html. Okay, so that we can take an example of with arguments also. Factorial.html. So take a new text file, save it. Factorial.html. Script tag. Let us create a function factorial, which takes the number as argument. Then here we take a variable I, let f equal to 1. Now take a for loop which starts from given number which starts from given number then until it reaches 1, then I minus minus. Then say here f equal to f into I. Then once the calculation is done, we have to return the value of f. So same keyword return f. Now call here. Let f equal to call the function factorial and pass your number like 5. I'm passing the number like 5. Now display it. Document dot write factorial equal to the value of f. Factorial equal to the value of f. Now see, when we open in browser, so we get C factorial as 120. So when you go with the function, we can even send the arguments. So when you say factorial of 5, 5 will come and store into this n. Now after finding factorial, we are returning this f value that will come and store into this function, which I am assigning to f and printing here. So similar to Java, we can even go with arguments and return the result also outside using return keyword. Got it, everyone? No. Let us go with one more example code. Create a HTML form. Create a HTML form which accepts the marks in 3 subjects. Which accepts the marks in 3 subjects. Create a JavaScript function which finds the total marks. Create a JavaScript function which is going to find the total marks. Now, let us go with the program total.html. Total.html. Add section script. Here we'll go with the function calculate total. Calculate total. Now, so we'll write the code in this function later. Now in the body section, let us create a form, and here we go with the label like enter mark 1. Then we'll go with the text field, input type equal to text, name equal to mark 1. The names are important. So by using these names of this text field, we can read the value present in this text field. So names are very important. Now we'll say enter mark 2, input type equal to text, name equal to mark 2. Enter mark 3, input type equal to text, name equal to mark 3. Then total marks. Total marks, input type equal to text, name equal to total, name equal to total, read only. So the meaning of read only means user cannot fill the value in this text field. User cannot fill it. So that's the meaning of read only. Then input type equal to button, value, calculate total, on click. This is called as event. On click. Now we want to call the function calculate total. So on click, we want to call the function calculate total. Okay. Now in this calculate total, what we should do? We should read this form data, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, and we have to find total. So how to read this form data into your function is, we have to give the name to the form also here. Name equal to, we'll say some name F1. I'm giving name of the form as F1. Now how to read form data? See, let mark 1 equal to document dot F1 dot mark 1 dot value. So how to read form data? document.f1 goes to this form1, mark1 means this text field dot value means the value what you enter in this text field that it is going to read. Now the value what we enter in text field, it's of type string, convert into number type using the function parsing. Right? Now see mark1 is of what type? Number type. Now similar way, let mark2 equal to parseInt document dot f1 dot mark2 dot value. Let mark3 equal to parseInt document dot f1 dot mark3 dot value. Now let total equal to, find the total, mark1 plus mark2 plus mark3. Now display document dot write, sorry, on document dot write, this total value we have to place it in this total text field. Then how to place document dot f1 dot total dot value equal to your total. That's it. Now see, open in browser, we get the form. So fill the data, some 55, 66, 77. Total marks, we cannot type anything. Now when you click on calculate total, then only it is going to display the total value in the total text field. So this only we call dynamic web pages. Dynamic means what? The user can interact with the application and they can do some calculations also. They can do some events. So when you click on button, some event should get executed, some code should get executed. So that is the meaning of dynamic. Clear? We are having the next concept here, external JavaScript. So up to now, whatever the programs we have written, they are all internal. Means we write script tag in head section, and I can use this script code only within the same HTML file. Outside, I cannot access this code. So when you come to this external JavaScript code is used in other HTML files. Now, let us understand with the programs. MyScript.js. The extension what we give for external JavaScript code is .js. This is our external JavaScript code. Okay. Then we'll go with external js.html. Okay. So I'm unable to share these files through Gmail. So for codes, follow the recording. Okay. So for codes, follow the recording. Simple codes. Now, file, new text file. We'll save this file as myscript.js. So here we have to create only functions. We have to go with what? Only functions. How many functions you want to create? You can create. We'll say some alert message. I have external JavaScript function. Some messages like that. How many functions you want to create? You can create over here, and the extension is .js. Now create one more text file. Save it as external js.html. In between head section, we have to use script. Now we have to use the attribute src equal to the name of the script file. The name of the script file here. So this is the way to refer to the external JavaScript file by using src attribute. Right? If our HTML and JavaScript file are located in same folder, no need to go with path. If it is present in some other folder, we have to mention the path where it is located. Okay. Now, as usual code, in the body section, we create a button, value equal to click me, on click the event, on click. We want to call which function? My function. So this my function is present where in my script.js file. This function we want to invoke. Now see, when we open in browser, now when you click on this button, we get the message, I'm external JavaScript function. Clear? Now let us move to the next one, the last concept and very important, document object model. We call DOM, document object model. So the use of this document object model is used to change the content of HTML elements. It replaces the existing content with the new content. So during runtime, I want to go to a specific HTML element and change the content. It replaces the existing content of selected HTML element with the new content. Let me elaborate using the programs dom1.html and one more dom2.html. So here we'll go with the function change. I'm going with the function change. Now in the body section, we'll create a paragraph. We'll say welcome to HTML. Welcome to HTML, and we'll create a button on click. We'll create a button on click change. Now we'll go with the button value as change. Now when you click on this button change, it has to invoke which function? Change. Now the task is, when you click on this change, whatever the paragraph we are having, this content we want to update. We want to replace with new content. Then the way to do is, we have to provide the ID to this paragraph. So ID to your element. So whatever the HTML element we take, we provide the ID for that. So ID equal to what? P1. Now in this change function, I have to refer to this ID. So how to do this one is, let P1 equal to document dot get element by ID. Get element by ID. What is the ID here? P1. So when you say document dot get element by ID P1, so it is referring to this ID P1, means this P1 is now pointing to this paragraph element. Now what you can do, you can say P1 dot inner HTML equal to, we'll say H3 welcome to JavaScript. H3. So I want to replace this content. What are the content you are having? I want to replace with this new content, and that too in H3 format. Now see, when we open in browser, now see, initial content is welcome to HTML. Now when I click on this change button, the content is getting updated to what? Welcome to JavaScript. So during runtime, when you want to go to the specific HTML element, and if you want to change the content of that element, we make use of which concept? Document object model. So this type of coding only we call document object model. Clear this concept? Any questions? Right? So let us go with one more example. You might have seen in some of the applications, like when you accept terms and conditions only, the button will get enabled. So that application will be seeing now. dom2.html. JavaScript. Here we'll go with a function accept terms and conditions. In the body section, we'll create one checkbox like input type equal to checkbox, ID equal to C1. IDs are important here. ID equal to C1. Okay, then on click, we want to invoke function accept terms and conditions. Here we'll say accept terms and conditions. Then we'll create one button. Initially it is disabled. ID equal to B1. ID equal to B1, and we'll go with the submit button. Now see, when we open in browser, see this submit button is disabled here. When you make a check mark, then only this button should be enabled. So after accepting terms and conditions only, the button should be enabled. So that is a task here. Then, so how to write that code in this function? First of all, refer here. Let C1 equal to document dot get element by ID C1. Let B1 equal to document dot get element by ID B1. Now this C1 is pointing to this checkbox. This B1 is pointing to this button. Now right here, if C1 dot check it. If C1 dot check it means if you make a check mark to this checkbox, what I should do? I have to remove this disabled attribute value. So what I should do now? B1 dot remove attribute disabled. I have to remove this attribute disabled. Else means if it is unchecked. If it is unchecked, we have to say B1 dot set attribute. We have to create an attribute disabled with a value true. With a value what? True here. Okay. So if it is checked, we are removing this disabled attribute. Else, we are setting the attribute disabled with the value true. Now see, when we reload this page, so initially it is disabled. Now when I make a check mark, see, it is getting enabled here. Submit is getting enabled. Again, if I uncheck, disabled, enable. Okay. So this is this type of things we can manage using what concept? Document object model. So writing the code in this format only, document object model. So what is document object model? Connecting to the respective elements. So we have to go to the respective HTML element. During runtime, we should able to modify the content or modify the content of your HTML elements. Clear this concept? Any questions? Right? So please practice this. And tomorrow, let us come back to Java, where we are going to start off with advanced Java, and we start with servlets tomorrow. Okay. So servlets will take 3 classes and JSP will go with the 2 classes. Then once we complete this servlets in JSP, we move to the major part of our course, that is frameworks. Okay. So after frameworks, again we'll come back to web technologies. There again we discuss Bootstrap, TypeScript and Angular. Then finally we go with the project. Okay. Correct. Thank you all.